Good evening, greetings and salutations. Hello, friends and fans. It is your boy Toxic Touch Productions, and I like anime again. I like anime again. One of the first anime I've ever watched was Dragon Ball Z, and I have a Boo, and I have please don't let me say the wrong name. I have a Vegito, and I think that gives me enough street cred to claim myself as a true Dragon Ball Z fan. That's not good. Anyway, I thought what I would do is do this little series where I explain the basic plot and I guess timeline of DBZ, but because it's so complicated and twisty and windy, I decided that it's not exactly a good idea to do this entirely by myself. So I'm gonna get a little bit of help from my friends over at Fireball. Cage drink responsibly. Please do not attempt to recreate what you're about to see. So I'm gonna have a little bit of help, and oh, that smells great. Essentially, what's gonna happen is every time I introduce a new concept to the world of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, whatever, I will I'll just have a little bit of a drink, and we'll see how long it takes. And the reason that I'm doing this as a series is because I don't want to get absolutely sloshed here on camera. So, King Cold is an intergalactic ruler, and his son Frieza gains control of the Saiyan army on planet Vegeta. Oh, gosh. After some time goes by, Frieza decides that he doesn't need the forces of planet Vegeta anymore, which is where as I said, the Saiyan army. So where the Saiyans live. He decides he's going to blow up the entire planet. Bardock, who was kind of a bit of a low rank in the Saiyan army, is like, I see something bad coming. So he decides to send his son Kakarot, to Earth before the planet blows up. His other son, Raditz, is already on a mission on a different planet with his friends Vegeta and Nappa. Now, I'm not going to talk about Dragon Ball because I don't care. Z starts. Goku is married and has a son named Gohan. His brother, Raditz, shows up and is like, hey, your name is Kakarot, you're a Saiyan, and either join the Saiyan army or what's left of it because we still work for Frieza, or I'm going to kill you. And no, but Raditz wipes the floor with just about everybody because he's, the first villain, he's got to be strong. Gohan is revealed that because he's a half-breed, he's more powerful than an average Saiyan. Piccolo, who is Goku's basically his rival, his nemesis, is enlisted to help defeat Raditz. And he kills both Raditz and Goku with a move called the Special Beam Cannon, but not before Raditz sends a transmission to Vegeta and Nappa, who will come to Earth in 1 year to claim revenge for what happened to their comrade Raditz. As Goku is dead, he meets a figure named King Yama, and is told that he can train in the afterlife. And so he crosses this bridge, basically called Snake Way. It's 1,000,000 miles long. And at the end, he will find this planet inhabited by an old god named King Kai, who will train him. I did the math, though. It takes him 6 months to get to King Kai's world. He would have to be traveling at 415 miles an hour. Constantly over the course of these 6 months to get there. But the rest of the characters, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu, Piccolo, Bulma, whatever, they gather up 7 Dragon Balls, which are these magical artifacts that once you gather them, a giant dragon called Shenron will appear and he will grant you 1 wish, at which point the balls will scatter across the planet and you have to regather them. I'm getting real sick. So the year goes by. Vegeta and sorry. I think gravity is increased on Kai's planet. Goku was taught the Kaioken, which is a technique by which you can increase your physical attributes by, I think, times 2 or times 3 times whatever. And he's also taught the Spirit Bomb, which is an attack where you draw energy from the world around you, form it into a big ball, and you throw it. You throw it. Anyway, so the year goes by. Vegeta and Nappa come. Goku has to use his new power to get back to Earth to join in the fight. Tien... Oh no, Yamcha is killed by a Cyberman. Chiaotzu kills himself trying to take out Nappa, does nothing to him. Tien gets killed, and Piccolo gets killed, I think. What else happens? Oh, yeah, okay. In between, Gohan is being trained by Piccolo to try to get ready for when the Saiyans come. One of the abilities that Saiyans have is if they look at a full moon while they have their tail, they will become a gigantic ape. So this is what happens to Gohan, and Piccolo decides to blow up the moon to keep it from happening again, and then removes his tail. Like, you couldn't just remove the tail. If you take a Saiyan's tail off enough times, it doesn't grow back. So all you have to do, whatever. This is such a bad idea. So they're fighting, blah, blah, blah. Goku gets here, basically cripples Nappa instantly. Nappa begs Vegeta for mercy. Vegeta kills him because he's like, you're worthless. And then we get off to one of the greatest fights in Dragon Ball Z history, Goku versus Vegeta for the very first time. Goku is handling Vegeta pretty well until Vegeta reveals that, you know, I've been holding back pretty much this entire time. And then Goku's like, well, Kaioken, Kamehameha. Vegeta goes Gallic Gun. They clash. Goku wins for that moment, but he also kind of wipes himself out entirely. Needs Krillin's help to throw a Spirit Bomb at Vegeta. It hits him, does nothing. Vegeta decides that he needs to become a Great Ape to win this fight, creates a new moon, and then he becomes a Great Ape. Does some pretty major damage to Gohan. Not Gohan, to Goku. Yajirobe cuts Vegeta's tail off. Gohan's tail grows back. He becomes an ape. And then lays the smackdown on Vegeta for a while. And so Yajirobe also removes Gohan's tail, I think. After that, Vegeta and Goku are both quite crippled. Krillin wants to take Yajirobe's sword and kill Vegeta with it. But Goku's like, no, I want to fight him again. And so then Vegeta escapes and returns to planet Namek to report to Frieza. Planet Namek is where Piccolo's race is from, the Namekians, and it's also the birthplace of the concept of Dragon Balls. This is a horrible idea. 6 months go by. Is it 6 months? They spend that time wishing back. What happens? I think they start wishing back the characters that were killed by Nappa. Goku was like, well, if you're going to Namek, I gotta go to Namek. And Goku goes there. Not right away, though. I think he spends most of the time in recovery, and then he trains on his way there in Enhanced Gravity in this Capsule Corp ship. Capsule Corp is a company that makes things that fit in the capsules. I'm already starting to lose details on what's happening. Vegeta goes back, he reports to a character named Kui, and then we are introduced to 2 members of Frieza's Royal Guard, Dodoria and Zarbon. Zarbon can transform, he becomes very ugly. Vegeta, I think he smokes them both. And then Frieza called in the Ginyu Force, because here's the thing. Frieza wants the Namekian Dragon Balls, because the Namekian Dragon Balls are about the size of your average bowling ball, and summon a dragon called Purunga, who grants you 3 wishes rather than just 1. You still have to regather the Dragon Balls afterwards, but it's not as big a deal, because you get 3 wishes before he scatters. Vegeta wants to become immortal, because he's only just now learning what Dragon Balls are and what they can do, which is, ironically, the same thing that Frieza wants to do. But, oh gosh, the Ginyu Force gets involved, right? Krillin and Gohan and Bulma have also gone to Namek because they want to use those Namekian Dragon Balls to use the 3 wishes to bring back Yamcha and the rest of the characters. So I was wrong. They are not wished back right away. They go, and that's when they find out about Frieza and the Ginyu Force and everything. Goku gets back just in time. He starts fighting the Ginyu Force. He wipes out Raccoon in an instant, which, for reference, Raccoon is stronger than Birder, who is, well, that's not. Birder's like super fast, Goku's faster. Raccoon was super strong, Goku's stronger. Captain Ginyu uses this body switching technique. And he switches bodies with Goku, and subjects Goku to a lot of pain. And then he tries to switch bodies again, but ends up switching into a frog. At which point Frieza decides to get involved, because now the entire Ginyu Force is dead. Except I don't think Jace was dead yet. I don't know yet, actually. I don't know. Why am I... Kids, don't drink and drive, please. Point is, Frieza gets involved, lays the absolute smack on Vegeta, who believes he's becoming a Super Saiyan. Because my favorite line is, "I'm becoming the thing you fear most, Frieza. I'm becoming a Super Saiyan." He also earthbends for a second. He throws a rock at Frieza. Never does that again. Frieza, yeah, dominates everybody. Goku has to heal because of how badly he was injured by Captain Ginyu. I think the only character that gets wished back prior to this is Piccolo. So Piccolo comes, he fuses with this guy named Nail, which is funny because he already fused with Kami, so he's like a super Namekian now. They have to get all the Namekians off of Namek and onto Earth, which they use Purunga to do. And, well, it's because, you know, Frieza's wiping everybody out, and they're pretty sure that out of rage he's going to blow up the planet. I think I might have those events in the wrong order. I'm sorry. I did not say I was an expert on the Dragon Ball Z timeline. I am. Some details get away from me. Frieza goes Form 3 and only uses it to beat up Piccolo. Goku comes back, fights Frieza, who is now in his final form, because timing and everything. The transformation for Frieza to get into the final form is like super dramatic, and it's actually really cool to watch. But Goku gets there, they start fighting. There's an entire episode where Goku's trying to make a spirit bomb, hits Frieza with the spirit bomb. Frieza catches the spirit bomb. So that is 2 spirit bombs that did not do anything. And then Frieza, out of rage, kills Krillin, which triggers Goku to become a Super Saiyan, which is this legendary form that Saiyans were supposed to be able to attain, where they become these giant golden great apes. That does not happen until GT, which isn't canon, so it technically still has not happened. Gosh. I think I need to go ahead and refill. Hold on. You can watch something else if you want. I don't think I'm going to edit this video, so I definitely don't want to. Oh, gosh. Does that look like enough to get me through the rest of the Frieza saga? I sure hope so. Earlier in the fight, Krillin used a technique called the Destructo Disc, which can basically cut through anything, and he uses it to cut off Frieza's tail. That's important. He uses it to cut off Frieza's tail. That's important. I'm coming back to it. Tail never goes back, by the way. He transforms 3 more times. Tail never comes back. Goku goes Super Saiyan. They start fighting for real. Frieza gets desperate, decides he's going to destroy the planet Namek in 5 minutes. Which is funny because when he blew up Planet Vegeta in his base form, it happened basically instantaneously, so I don't know why he needs to give it a timer. But Goku lays a smackdown on Frieza pretty bad. Frieza creates 2 Destructo Discs that he learned from Krillin, tries to use them to kill Goku, fails and cuts himself in half. He's basically taken himself out of the fight, but Goku, being the good Samaritan that he is, decides he doesn't want to leave Frieza there to die, so he gives him enough ki to escape the planet, which ki sharing is now a thing. Because it is. Not having fun anymore. Frieza, being a fool, decides to oh, did I mention that Frieza killed Vegeta? I hope so. Frieza, being a fool, decides to shoot that same ki that he just got from Goku back at Goku, fails to kill Goku, and then Goku decides to just leave him there for dead, takes his ship, and escapes Namek before it explodes. By the way, all the Namekians got to Earth, including the Grand Elder. I didn't say anything about the Grand Elder. Grand Elder is a character. He's a big old fat Namekian. He's probably like 300 years old or something like that. But everybody assumes that Goku is dead, so they get to Earth, they use their Dragon Balls. I think they bring back Vegeta, and they bring back Krillin, and they can't bring back Goku. At least they don't immediately think they can bring back Goku, because the thing about wishing somebody back with the Dragon Balls is you can only do it once. Good God. You can only wish a person back with the Dragon Balls once. But they think that because they're using a different set of Dragon Balls, they might be able to wish Goku back. Purunga is like, well, Goku's actually not dead, so just wait for him to come back. And then everybody's like, what? And then the Namekians find a new home. I also forgot to mention that neither Shenron nor Purunga can grant a wish that is beyond their own power. So since the Earth Dragon Balls were created by Kami, Shenron can't do anything that Kami can't do. But since Kami has fused with Piccolo, who is not fused with Nail, he's significantly stronger. So Shenron is probably able to do a lot more things. But, I mean, we don't really see the Earth Dragon Balls that much anymore, so it's hard to know exactly what they can do. But the Grand Elder created the Namek Dragon Balls, and once he dies, which is shortly after they get to Earth, those Dragon Balls turn to stone, and Purunga can no longer be called forth. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, we'll talk about the Android/Cell saga. I think I want to just do that in one video. Because it seems like that'll be enough. But yeah, over the course of however long it takes for the next part to happen, they start gathering up the Earth Dragon Balls, and they wish back Tien, Chiaotzu, and Yamcha. Because they needed to wish Piccolo back first because he is a Namekian, and he might be able to help them out. Because what I think happens, do not quote me on this, is they wish Piccolo back, but he's on like the other side of the planet, so he has to fly all the way back there, which is kind of a parallel of when Goku came back to life, but not on Earth. He was still on King Kai's planet, so he had to come all the way from King Kai's planet back to Earth to help them fight. But the thing is that King Kai's planet is in the afterlife. Like, you have to die before your soul can go there. So the fact that he was able to fly from the afterlife back to Earth is kind of interesting. I mean, it's not the last time something like that will happen on the show. Let's see, is there anything that's non-canon that takes place around this time? Maybe Garlic Jinn, I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's the first two sagas in Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan Saga and the Frieza Saga. I'm miserable. I don't feel very good, but I do this for you guys. Slancha. We'll do one last drink before. It's like nail polish remover. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments. If you like seeing me suffer, let me know in the comments. If I got any details wrong, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you next time.